work as active chairpersons for a variety of children's organizations. By teaming up with our 237 local cable operators, we ask you to volunteer at local children's organizations or the following. Call 212-465-6660. And remember,
yes, make it count.
St. John's Red Storm fans have reason to be happy. They lead 2-1 on the Crieghton Blue Jays here in the second half. And I cannot tell you the number of times here at College Soccer Weekly we refer to this book. Charlie Konopsky's A Sports Source. It's available at a local soccer retailer, or you can make the call 1-800-862-3092. It's the official athletic college guide to soccer, and that is information on college soccer, men and women, all divisions in every state in the country, including some in Canada, which of course is part of Canada, not the United States. But it's a wonderful reference book, and if anyone is considering a future in college soccer at any level, they really do need that book.
Boys, girls, any high school person that's thinking about school, trying to figure out what kind of schedule, what kind of that's the book.
Johnny Torres trying to read the book on St. John's, but the Red Storm closed him down. And now Torres just heads Kevin Daly in the cheek. Torres frustrated that Daly slowed him down. Now Daly and Torres, there's something going off the ball.
The referee's assistant needs to sort that out. He can't be watching the ball. His job's to watch off the ball. The man in the middle has to watch that. He can't allow that to happen, because now he's got an absolute riot on his hands, and he's calling him now. Now the center official will come over. They'll have a chat about it.
That's Roger Taylor. He's going to go talk.
And Roger Taylor, after he gets the information, is then going to call the two players over. He's going to say, hey, this is my field. That's not going to happen, or you're both out of here. Come on in. There's the timeout.
So Roger Taylor, he's the gentleman on your left, having the discussion. And he's going to call
him over. He's calling him over. I told you he's going to. You two, get over here.
Kevin Daly and Johnny Torres.
There you go. Not just him.
You two, yeah. Torres comes over.
Now we need a mic on the field. Because they're smiling, but beep, 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 beep.
Now, what is he saying here?
He's saying, look, you two got a problem. He's saying he butted me in the head, saying, he kicked me, blah, blah, blah. Did you do it? He's having a word with him. He wants him, he's going to straighten this out right now.
Brett Simon hoping his player, Johnny Torres, doesn't get carded. You can see Kevin Daly's right cheek, and he points to it. And now, instead of headbutting the cheek, he pats him on the cheek, and they both get away without a card. And
no, I believe he gave.
Oh no, he did.
He gave me yellow.
Yeah, he gave me yellow.
To Johnny for sure. I'm not sure if
Kevin Daly got one either.
Right. He may have just given it to Torres.
He did give it to Torres.
Actually, we were just informed that both were booked.
Both?
They told us from the sideline. So that's the situation there. Kevin Daly also getting a yellow card. About 21 minutes left in this match.
Johnny Torres, very emotional player, has to keep his emotions under control. And certainly Kevin Daly has to do the same, because he's the key. He's the linchpin in that back, holding the St. John's defense together.
Speaking of linchpins in the midfield, it's been Ben Hickey. And Hickey with a wonderful ball on the right flank, trying to get Ranford Champagny, and Champagny, they make the connection. Champagny trying to put those dollar moves on, but stepping in mainly, but Champagny somehow still with the ball. Champagne on the ball, but it's a goal kick coming up for the Crieghton Blue Jays.
I like it when he does it on this side of the field. I can see it better.
I know, that's right. That's why we brought the television cameras, just for you, so you can see what happens on the far side of the field, Tommy.
I think Dave Mazur likes it whatever side of the field. He has to like what he's seen in his bench. Akista came off the bench, really did a splendid job and set up that goal that's put them in the lead.
St. John's getting the red jerseys, Crieghton in the white. Jeff Hubert putting the ball in for Johnny Torres. Torres marked by Stefani Miglaranzi. Oh, Torres beats the ball. Now they cannot get the shot off, but Torres just excellent display of skill. Winning the ball, Mulrooney. Richard Mulrooney winning the ball, trying to cross it to Bustos' far post, and ricochets off Kevin Daly, and it'll be a corner kick coming up.
St. John's way too casual there in their own box, walking it out like that. They've got to be safe.
Mulrooney on the corner kick. It's headed down, but not cleared yet. Red Storm have not been as efficient on the corner kicks and clearing it out, but they've managed to keep Crieghton off the board in those situations. Ricardo Joseph intercepts the pass by Mark Madeley. And now the Red Storm. Trying to counterattack. Matt Garlick steps up. Now he's got to track back as Ben Hickey leads the attack. Puts it in the middle to Joseph. Jesse Von Son right now has the game-winning goal. Ricardo Joseph dancing on the ball. Von Son. Back to Joseph. Now the chip. KK Colego making the run, trying to bend it back. It'll be a corner kick coming up for St. John's.
You could bring KK Colego off the bench with about 20 minutes to go in the game. Boy, the defense for Crieghton's been struggling, and they bring in this player. It's another problem for Crieghton to solve while they're trying to get back into it to tie this game up.
Look at Jesse Von Son to take the corner kick for the St. John's Red Storm. Von Son, the service, getting up for Champagny. Ben Hickey coming through. Kevin Daly. Goal kick, Crieghton.
Dangerous restart that time as Daly just agonizing over his inability to convert that chance.
So the score remains 2-1. This portion of our match brought to you by AT&T. 71 minutes in. Epperson, saw him stop his approach. Again, St. John's keeping the numbers up and keeping the pressure on. KK Colego now. Ranford Champagny, stopped by Zion Renfirm. Now the pressure again. Dice can't get onto it as Jesse Von Son intervened. And now, Ricardo Joseph. Joseph into the corner.
Jumped over that kick.
And it'll be a throw-in as he eluded the defensive play. Throw-in for the Red Storm. Miglaranzi. Hickey. Stepping up his route. Wow, the save made by Epperson. And Renfirm was doing a good job to shield Colego from collecting the ricochet off the save. Zion Renfirm for the Crieghton Blue Jays. Ball played for Torres. Tough for any one marker to handle. Back to Huber, who doesn't trap it. That gives St. John's a chance to increase the pressure. Mulrooney now. Trying to work the flank. Jeff Deist was open for a moment to try to help.
I'm not a long ball fan, but right now I think the only success Crieghton has shown us really is when they can get the ball from their defenders to their front runners, so they turn the St. John's defense. If I were them, I'd be trying that a lot more in the last couple minutes here, because the other stuff hasn't worked. They've been playing too many square balls. Yeah, they're keeping possession of it. That's fine if you're ahead, but when you're behind, you need to try something else.
And they've had no success down the middle of the park at all in the second half. Ben Hickey and Ricardo Joseph have dominated this game. And you're right, Tom. I think they're going to have to stretch the defense and give Ross Pauly more room to come in behind those two front runners. Pauly has not had the ball nearly enough for Crieghton in the second half.
And if Torres gets the ball and he's up front, he's only got one guy. He's as dangerous as most guys on their own.
Crieghton Blue Jays in the white jerseys, St. John's in the red. A spot in the NCAA championship final on Sunday is on the line. They will play the winner of the Florida International UNC Charlotte match still to come. The service by Jeff Deist to the top of the box. The option not there for the Blue Jays and Ben Hickey. And the St. John's Red Storm trying to weave their way upfield. Ranford Champagny. Hopeful ball upfield that now Crieghton will control. But again, we'll see how quickly they have to respond to the St. John's pressure. Mulrooney. Shadowed there by Ricardo Joseph. Richard Mulrooney. And then he is obstructed by Jesse Von Son. And a free kick coming up.
You got a Charlie horse out of that.
A little bit of a change. Mulrooney is playing more out on the flanks in the second half. Again, We're looking at it again. This ball's going in, played out to Mulrooney. He's got 2 players to beat, and he aggressively takes them on. He's going to get brought down as he tries to go by, and it is Jesse Von Son who gets him. Good call by the referee, Mr. Taylor.
Mark Madeley, Jeff Dyche chest traps it, but Jesse Von Son wins it. Now the Red Storm. Von Son and Garlick challenge for the ball. Matt Garlick. Garlick puts it back to Jeff Huber. He's pressured by Crieghton. Now Ross Pauly for the Blue Jays.
The first time that we've called Pauly's name in quite some time, and he's getting it in his own defensive third. He needs to get the ball in the attacking third to make things happen.
Jeff Dyche, nice ball for Mulrooney. Back to Garlick in midfield. Renfirm, he can attack from his defensive position, former striker. Now, ball play to the box.
Big chance.
Oh, excellent chance over the great Blue Jays. Steve Bernal sends one through. It'll be a goal kick instead for St. John's, but Bernal's been much more effective in that second half. Let's watch another replay.
Ball being crossed in by Zion Renfirm, and it doesn't get much better opportunities than Bernal had. Red Storm leaving him wide open. He needs to convert those.
KK Gallego has come out, the St. John's player who had the ankle injury, the leading scorer. He's been replaced in the match by Wojciech Krakowiak. Now the Crieghton Blue Jays again on the attack. Mike Bustos. Bustos the shot!
Side netting.
Yeah, they were already celebrating, some of the Crieghton fans who didn't have a good angle on it.
All of a sudden, St. John's has stopped putting pressure on the ball, and they're starting to struggle. They've got to get back and start to challenge. There's a great look at this effort by Bustos. He's got to pull that over to the far post. The near post isn't going to be there against quality goalkeeping.
2-1 the score, and still a lot of time.
There's some St. John's players warming up here on the side.
Miglaranzi under pressure. Dyche wins the ball from him. Now Johnny Torres. He is super on the ball. Torres weaving, shooting. And frustration for Ross Pauly, because Pauly is turning to him saying, I was wide open in the middle of the box.
Once again, that shot's got to go to the far post. Johnny Torres, great individual skill, but he's got to be thinking about the situation there. He had no angle. He's got to pull it back to the far post. There were 2 Crieghton players. If there's a rebound, it's trouble for St. John's, but Torres didn't get it there.
Look at Johnny Torres, a junior from Texas. Manny Braga with the goal kick. Now Ricardo Joseph. Working it out to Buscemi. He's marked there by Zion Renfirm. Now Joseph putting on the moves.
Yes, that's
Wojciech Krakowiak cannot get a shot up. Mulrooney helps deny. Buscemi trying to win the ball, but Bernal will clear for the Crieghton Blue Jays, but right to Rob Weil for St. John's.
St. John's has never converted on one long ball out of the back. They're so much better off just playing the short ones through the midfield. Every time they play a long one, they just get, oh, sweet!
St. John's putting on the moves. Jesse Von Son eludes the challenge. Wojciech Krakowiak back to Von Son. Von Son, and he's taken down by Bernal. And that
he's going to get a...
Well, I thought he was going to reach for the pocket and give it a
thought about it.
Yep. Roger Taylor, I thought he was close to doing that, because Von Son, if he gets around that defender, not only is he maybe on the goal, but he had a player cutting down the middle.
And he gets around defenders. Jesse Von Son can really run at players. He's been in a position to do so a lot this second half. He's made a big difference in the game.
I'm surprised he didn't give him a card there, because not only did he hit him hard, but where he hit him, he was going to goal. And really, he could give him a red for that.
To the position on the field.
Yeah, because, you know, a yellow for sure.
Well, here we go.
Here it is. He plays it through. He's going here. He beats him. And now here he comes in. Whack. He's going to goal. He's goal side on everybody.
Steve Bernal doing what he could do just to stop Jesse Von Son. But as we said, that almost could be a cardable offense. Von Son being tended to. Again, right now, he holds the game-winning goal. It was his goal to make it 2-1 here in the second half of play. And he's up. But he took that, as we saw in the replay, straight on the ankle. Mind you, this portion of our match brought to you by Middle State Soccer Camp. To be the best, you have to train with the best. And Von Saun will go out. And do they announce the substitution for him? Let's see here. Von Saun off to the side, a free kick. Somebody is obviously on the field for Von Saun. We'll update you on that as soon as we get a chance. Jeff Deist under pressure from Ben Hickey. Now Ricardo Joseph. Joseph going far post, but the flag is up.
Offsides in the middle of the field.
I think they may have put Carlos Acquisto on for Von Saun that time. They've also got Paul Cassano, who's been a very fine defender for them, getting warmed up on the sideline. He may come in for defensive purposes in these last 10 minutes.
All right, so Carlo Acquisto's come on for Jesse Von Saun, who went off with the ankle, or the crack around the ankle. Under pressure, Garlick and Blue Jays, and that's that pressure that St. John's is coming back with it as Ben Hickey trying to streak through. There will be a goal kick coming up for the Crieghton Blue Jays.
Tom, to alleviate that pressure, Crieghton's got to get the ball forward early. Like you said, they're two different styles team. They can't play the same way in the midfield. They've had no success with that. They've got to get it up to Torres, stretch this defense as they did in the first half, and then get Paulie coming from behind. That's how they scored their goal. That's, I believe, how they're going to get back in it.
Epperson launches this one. Paulie going up for the header, but Pavel Kukoyak wins it. But the St. John's Red Storm, and now Zion Renford trying to control things. Matt Garlick and Renford working it on the far side. Renford. Lost Paulie. He's got Mulrooney more out on the flank now. Richard Broad mentioned, but immediately Ricardo Joseph winning the ball, and now Crieghton has to try to get it back.
Great little flick there to just lift it over him.
Buscemi doing that flick, and now Buscemi trying to win the ball. Under pressure is Jeff Deist, and he yields a throw-in. 80 minutes in, 2-1, St. John's. They had never made it past the first round of the NCAA tournament until this year, the NCAA championship, and now they're on the verge of the championship final. And referee Roger Taylor, I think he stopped the clock there, gentlemen. He was warning Ricardo Joseph he's not going to have any time wasting here in the final 10 minutes. As you'll see that kind of gamesmanship on the part of the team that's leading typically in soccer toward the end of the match. Corner kicks and throw-ins and free kicks become theatrical productions. Kevin Daly for Wojtek Krakowiak. Carlo Acquisto running into space. Now Krakowiak trying to beat the defender, but he did not beat Mark Madeley. Madeley now. Tackle him from behind. Ran from Champetti. It'll be a free kick. The Crieghton Blue Jays searching out the equalizer. Matt Garlick. Torres bumped off the ball. Now Jeff Deist on the flank. Deist denied, but it'll be a throw-in for the Crieghton Blue Jays. And now Brad McTighe will check in, replacing Garlick.
They'll probably move McTighe all the way up top, play with 3 front runners now in these last 8 minutes of the game, where they're fighting to get that goal to equalize it.
On the throw-in, Jeff Deist. Headed at the back by Buscemi. Another throw-in for Crieghton. Under 8 minutes now left in regulation. Deist. Mulrooney. Paulie trying to get up for it. Now McTighe cannot get a shot off. Renford does save. Johnny Praga. Oh, save St. John's.
Nice play by Praga. He's been very inactive. He hasn't been tested much lately, but he comes up big there on that shot from Redfern at the top of the box.
A junior from Syosset, New York, making a big save with 7 minutes left.
The ball being sent in by Mulrooney. Going back out, the ball's battled. They fight for the ball. A bit of a scramble. Renfern picks it up at the top of the D, and there's Braga diving. That looked like that ball could have been in the net.
It was on its way, and he had to make that save. The back flick, nice one by Jeff Deist to Paulie. He's
all ball.
Yep, Ricardo Joseph knocking it away. Now Ben Hickey for Wojtek Krakowiak.
Oh, it was a foul off the ball here.
But Krakowiak comes through off the post. injured player is down for St. John's, as Tommy mentioned.
Big-time foul off the ball.
Play continues. I think it's Carlo Crieghton that's down. But now Johnny Torres trying to streak upfield. Now it's cleared out of play by Pavel Krakowiak. And Tommy, you were right on it. What did you see?
I didn't actually see what happened here, but obviously he got hit off the ball. The ball's nowhere near him. Two guys are running the goal. Defender's a little frustrated. This is not an accident. Nobody, when they're winning 1-0, fakes like this. That doesn't happen. Really, the referee assistant on the far side, who's covering the side of the field, needs to look out for that when a game's this tight. I think people are starting to get a little anxious here, but he definitely took a belt.
Well, it was on the near side of the field, and I believe it was as the ball was being played on the far side to Wojtek Krakowiak, and we were obviously watching Wojtek Krakowiak, and I saw it at the corner of my eye, Carlo Crieghton go down, but we're not sure just whether it was an elbow to the side of the head, and that's the one thing you would expect in a situation like that.
And Taylor knows. He went over to find out who did it. Unfortunately, he can't really throw someone off unless he's seen it happen.
Right. So Carlo Crieghton trying to get the cobwebs out, and of course tonight we're going to get the cobwebs out and have some fun at the Richmond Center. Hope to see you there if you're in the area, or this weekend as well. Make the trip to Richmond. Again, there are the hours tonight, 7 to 11, and tomorrow 9 to 7 p.m. And believe me, if you're a soccer fan at all, this is the place you have to be. This is your Disney World. This is your Magic Kingdom. It's the Fan Zone. And
even if you're not a soccer player, it's still a great place. You can challenge yourself. There's all kinds of free gifts, prizes. Get there.
All right, I will. Jeff Deist on the throw-in. Carlo Crieghton goes out. And Jesse Van Son coming back in. So two players who are paying the price this afternoon. Van Son went out after getting a crack on the ankle. St. John's in the red jerseys with the 2-1 lead on Crieghton, the Blue Jays.
Crieghton has got to take any opportunity they can to get the ball in. A couple times Jeff Deist has come down the right side, had a chance to serve the ball into the box, didn't do it. It's too late in the game to start looking for too fine an opportunity. Get that ball into the box.
Ricardo Joseph put on the moves, and now opening spaces. Buscemi makes the turn, still spinning around, too many turns, and Zion Renford clears. But Buscemi, what skill.
But he needed to pull the trigger on that. He had a chance to get the shot off, and he could have put this game out of reach. He's got to take those chances, not try to get too fine a scoring opportunity.
Jeff Deist and Ricardo Joseph battling. It'll be a throw-in coming up for St. John's. Ricardo Joseph, what an impact he has had on this game and his play in the midfield. Buscemi battling with David Wright. Now David Wright and Jeff Deist for the Crieghton Blue Jays. Approaching 5 minutes left in regulation. Can the Crieghton Blue Jays pinch the equalizer? Ben Hickey for the Red Storm. He's got Ranford Champagny out wide.
Tremendous composure here by St. John's to just knock the ball around, not get over anxious, keep possession, go into the corners with it.
And a goal kick coming up for the Crieghton Blue Jays, but the lesson there, as you point out, is that you've got the lead. Take advantage of could be your best friend, the clock.
And there's a lot of college teams that wouldn't do that. They'd still try to get that other goal. They'd still take chances and risks that they don't have to take. And St. John's is showing some composure by not taking unnecessary risks.
Ross Pauly for the Crieghton Blue Jays. They need to take risk. Under 5 minutes now. Nice ball by Mulrooney for Jeff Deist. But Miglaranzi will just clear it, but a throw-in coming up here for Crieghton.
Good opportunity for Crieghton, but steady defending by Stefan Miglaranzi, as he's done all day.
Richard Mulrooney, he can put the service into the box, trying to create that space for himself. Miglaranzi winning the ball. Ahead to Buscemi. Now Ranford Champagny wide. Buscemi will cut out on the flank. Champagny, Madeley not having any of it, sticks in and makes the tackle.
Ooh, two-legged tackle, yeah. Yellow card.
And you called it right. Against McTye, it was Ranford Champagny overzealous there with the two-legged tackle, and Roger Taylor wasted no time.
Good decision, a bad decision by Champagny. He's a terrifically talented player, but not a smart situation to take that foul there. Or try to go 1 against 2, as he did when he lost it.
Mulrooney to Ross Pauly. Immediately bumped off the ball by Ricardo Joseph. Down ball played on the flank for Joseph. And firm for Crieghton, marking. And Joseph takes him into the corner. And it will be a throw-in coming up here for St. John's. 3 minutes left, and the St. John's Red Storm will be through to the final. That's a lot of time. Crieghton just needs to pinch one, get the equalizer, and we're going to extra time. And St. John's, I think they want to get another defender on. Paul Cusano. Dave Mazur desperately trying to get that substitution on, but it's not going to happen.
Not only does he want to get a defender on, but every time you take a sub, it takes a couple 10, 20, 30 seconds out of the clock as well. Gives everybody a rush, gets them to slow down a little bit.
Throw in coming up for Crieghton. Like Bustos. Zion Redfern on the crossbar. McTye, Ross Pauly, it's blocked.
Tremendous block. He sacrificed himself there. That definitely hurt. He can barely get up.
Kevin Daly making the block.
Big time heart there from Daly. Threw himself in front of it.
He sacrificed his body on the shot by Ross Pauly. It'll be a goal kick coming up, but Daly is doubled over in pain as the clock stops with 2 minutes and 5 seconds left. But again, it's not over for St. John's, and this is why.
And for sure, it's a tremendous shot off the woodwork here, or tin or metal or whatever it is, off the quick goal. And here it comes down, and it's back into action. Here it is where he sacrifices himself.
Ross Pauly.
Oh, wow, that hurt. I'm glad I'm up here with you, Dave. I'm sorry, that's...
He really did sacrifice his body on the block.
Hi!
Kevin Daly, slow to get up and with reason.
He's a tough kid.
Oh.
He's been tough. He's been hardcore all day.
Of course, Daly, one of the reasons why Johnny Torres frustrated in the second half. In fact, those two exchanged pleasantries. Torres actually heading Daly on the cheek. Paul Cusano will check in, and Daly will go out.
Look, Mazur's telling him, stay right here. The first opportunity I can sub you back in, you're going back in, big guy, so stay right here. I'm putting him right back in.
Danny Braga with the goal kick. Game is not over. 2 minutes left. But Crieghton, they've had to travel 9,198 miles in the NCAA championship because of travel.
And here he goes right back in.
They're trying to get him in. And Daly will come in.
Dave's not real happy about how they're letting him sub in and out. He thinks they're a little too slow letting him do it.
And Cusano will check back out. Now the throw in for St. John's. As you said, takes some time off the clock. Ranford Champagny can't hang on to it. It'll be a throw-in coming up for the Crieghton Blue Jays. 1:20 left. 2-1. St. John's in the red with the lead. Trying to preserve that lead. Zion Redford stepping up. Mulrooney trying to win the ball. There'll be a throw-in for St. John's with a minute left in the match.
Look, he's trying to get another sub in, Dave. I bet he doesn't let him in, but he's gonna.
And now
another sub.
Cusano.
Crowds go nuts. They know why he's subbing. Yep. He knows why too. I don't think he cares what they say.
He checks in. Champagny, I believe, checks out. 48 seconds left. Jimmy Buscemi.
Substitution for St. John's.
Wojtek Krakowiak. Now Ross Pauly under pressure, slowed by Ricardo Joseph. Bernal to Mulrooney. They have 23 seconds. One more run left, probably for Crieghton.
Need a long ball into the mixer. You got to put it in the mixer from here.
David Wright does just that. Ross Pauly steps up. 10 seconds. David Wright desperately trying to keep it in play. 5 seconds, but tie the head. Back flick to Rosas. Coming through Torres. Braga makes the save as time runs out. Dramatic end to this first semifinal. But the St. John's Red Storm are through to the championship final on Sunday. And now they can celebrate.
no reason for Crieghton to put their head down. They played well. They stuck to their game plan. They had their chances. The second half, they didn't have as much of a good game as they did the first half, but they had a great season. Brett does a tremendous job there. He's only been there 2 years. They're a team I think we're going to have to look for in the next couple of years as well.
Well, the Crieghton Blue Jays making it to the semifinals, but the St. John's Red Storm with a 2-1.